For several years, Apple has been working on its self-driving transportation technology, codenamed Titan. The initiative is said to be staffed by over 5,000 engineers, and recent revelations reveal that Apple was already in talks with electric car manufacturers to develop the Apple Car. Today, I'm going to talk about Apple's next big creation, the Apple automobile. But first, please accept my warmest greetings if this is your first visit to our Smart Stocks Academy channel. Hit the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell next to it to be the first to know when a new video like this is uploaded. Now, let's get to the video. Apple was reportedly discussing the idea of an Apple automobile before the first iPhone was even introduced. Around 2010, Steve Jobs managed to meet with the inventor of the V-Vehicle, a low-cost, compact petroleum-powered transportation that may sell for as low as $14,000. Steve Jobs recognized huge promise in the V-Vehicle, since a glass fiber car was 40% lightweight than a steel vehicle and costs 70% less to manufacture. However, Steve Jobs chose to concentrate on the launch of the iPhone, which has proven to be Apple's most commercially viable device. Following the success of the iPhone, Apple began working on a new automobile in 2014. Project Titan was launched in 2014 with the goal of creating a fascinating smart car that would have been the ideal mobile device. This would have been revealed in February 2015 when a strange Apple-leased vehicle was sighted with camera equipment mounted. Just several days later, an unidentified Apple employee issued a stark warning to Elon Musk, claiming that Project Titan will put Tesla to shame. Even Tesla personnel were migrating to Apple because the idea was too fascinating to pass up, according to the individual. Apple hired Johan Jungwirth, a veteran Mercedes-Benz research and development officer, some few weeks later. The Wall Street Journal soon after revealed that Apple was not just researching on self-driving software for automobiles, but also on electric vehicles. According to the source, Apple is working on an electric minivan. And Project Titan said Steve Sadesky has already been given the green light by Tim Cook to hire up to 1,000 people. Following that, Apple engaged with premium automobile manufacturers such as Magna Steyr. Apple was working on a smooth-looking SUV according to Magna Concepts vehicle. The SUV was said to offer a wide range of characteristics. One feature that Apple was considering was quiet motorized doors, similar to those found in minivan sliding doors, but operated via the user's iPhone. Another function that Apple considered was incorporating augmented reality into the vehicle's display systems. The most bizarre characteristic is that Apple is considering using spherical wheels. The function would be akin to the Audi RSQ idea that was shown in 2004. Spherical tires on the Apple vehicle would be quite an intriguing feature. It would also be extremely costly at the same time. In 2016, Goodyear unveiled their spherical tire prototype. At the same time, Apple is investigating the use of spherical tires for the Apple automobile. This strongly suggests that for the Apple Car, Apple will most likely partner with Goodyear. While Apple had some wild ambitions, it also had a lot of internal issues. Steve Sadesky abruptly announced his resignation from Project Titan due to internal difficulties. Bob Mansfield, a senior Apple executive who retired in 2012, has rejoined to manage Project Titan. Project Titan was redirected by Mansfield to an internal relaunch. He fired many of Apple's staff and changed Project Titan's focus to developing self-driving software for the Apple automobile. Apple began concentrating on an autonomous driving software rather than creating an electric vehicle. Apple received permission from the California Department of Motor Vehicles and was observed testing his self-driving system with Lexus SUVs. Testing began in 2017. The self-driving was shaky, say the least. Apple also leased Momentum Stadium, a testing facility in Concord, California. We had to establish a non-disclosure agreement with Apple, according to Randy Iwasaki, the owner of the Momentum Stadium. We can't say much about them other than they've come in and are intrigued. Apple is also said to be renting a testing facility in Arizona called Route 14, in addition to Momentum Stadium. Throughout this period, Apple and Volkswagen announced a partnership to deploy Apple's self-driving software on the Volkswagen T6 transporter vehicles. But that is not to say that Apple isn't working on its own cars. It most certainly is. In August of 2018, new speculation surfaced claiming that Apple was planning to build an automobile. Apple will introduce an electric vehicle as early as 2023, according to Ming Chi, who has a good reputation. This was at the identical time that Doug Field, Tesla's senior vice president of engineering, quit to join Apple. Apple fired 200 staffers from Project Titan 3 months later. Given that Doug Field was aiming to reconfigure Project Titan for the development of the Apple automobile, this was not unexpected. During such a time, it was clear that Apple was attempting to compete with Tesla, which drew Elon Musk's attention.
So I wouldn't say Google's a competitor because they're not a car company. We would compete with somebody perhaps that they license technology to, but not to them directly.
Right.
Apple?
Yeah, that'll be more direct.
That'll be more direct?
Yeah.
You can tell that by the hiring pattern and
Yeah,
that kind of
absolutely.
stuff? Yeah. So what do you... Okay, so they're going to be
Given
more
they've hired a lot
direct.
of
How do you
Tesla
assess it?
I mean, I say I think it's great that they're doing this, and I hope it works out.
To argue that the Apple vehicle is a Tesla predator isn't entirely accurate. Elon Musk is a supporter of electric car innovation and truly wishes Apple success.
So if somebody comes and makes a better electric car than Tesla, and it's so much better than ours that we can't sell our cars and we go bankrupt, I still think that's a good thing for the world.
Multiple firms may prosper in the automobile industry because it is large enough. Elon will be relieved that his work is fulfilled if Apple or another automaker develops an appealing electric vehicle. It comes to no shock that rival automakers tried to steal trade secrets from Apple because its self-driving initiative was kept secret. Former Apple employee Xiaolang Zhang admitted to stealing two of the company's circuitry, a Linux server, and airdropping information from the company's computer back in July of 2018. In January of 2019, another employee was detained after that incident. Apple's hidden workroom, which contains papers, blueprints, and schematics, was photographed by an employee. The automotive business to which he was seeking to reveal these secrets was Xpeng Motors, which is working to develop promising self-driving electric vehicles. Apple is now concerned that these workers would seek to flee the country before their court hearing. We'll have to wait and see how these court cases turn out. But things aren't looking good for Apple's former workers right now. According to a German claim from February 2019, the Apple automobile would have been an electric van. Apple bought Drive.ai, a self-driving firm that was working on a self-driving shuttle, 4 months later in June 2019. Both the Drive.ai acquisition and the German claim hint at the possibility that the Apple automobile will be an electric van of some type. There have been several leaks recently indicating when and what an Apple automobile would look like. According to recent sources, Apple already has a facility in the United States, manufacturing strategy, and an anticipated technology and features for the Apple automobile. Apple is said to have started talks with a worldwide electric car provider, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation, or TSMC, has also announced that the Apple automobile deployments has commenced. Apple, for example, has begun working with ST Microelectronics on the development of a self-driving microprocessor for the Apple automobile. When it comes to the design of the Apple car, the supplier claims that it resembles Tesla's automobiles. And knowing that Apple has employed numerous Tesla engineers, this isn't shocking. In fact, Apple engaged Steve McMahon, a former VP of Tesla engineering, to oversee the inside and exterior design of the Apple automobile. While no one knows the exact specifications for the Apple automobile, we can get a very good idea of what they will be. In 2017, Apple said that it is collaborating with China's Modern Amperex Technology Limited, the same business that is collaborating with Tesla to construct a Model 3 in China. On the EPA range test, this leads me to believe that Apple automobile will have a range between 300 and 400 miles. Apple's trademarks also point to certain unique designs. The Apple vehicle, for example, is expected to include a sunroof, which will almost likely be a giant glass panel. These patents illustrate that the sunroof may be multi-segmented and that it could open and close using a sliding mechanism. An anti-glare windshield, which dims areas of the windshield that has a glare, is another noteworthy feature detailed in the patent. This would result in a section of the windshield being obscured while the remaining is transparent. Apple's patents on a smart seatbelt are much more intriguing. You would think that that's weird initially, but it is a useful feature. Consider changing the music by simply pressing a button on your seatbelt. This would be useful if it was linked to the Apple ecosystem. Apple may also include lighted chairs that teach you how to sit in the most ergonomic posture or even remind you to fasten your seatbelt. The Apple automobile either sounds very inventive or worthless at this current time. And it gets much crazier from there. According to Apple's passenger's door patents, the Apple automobile might have doors that glide from the outside to the inside. But this doesn't appear to be very practical to me, as it would take up a lot of room. However, please let me know what you think in the comment section. Apple has stated that in order to increase manufacturing of the Apple vehicle, the corporation would likely purchase or collaborate with battery companies to make self-made batteries. Because Apple wants to mass produce the Apple automobiles, that the company will unveil a big number of vendors in 2021. Finally, skilled manufacturing of Apple automobiles is expected to begin in 2024 or 2025, which is disappointing given that mass production was earlier expected to begin in 2020 or 2021. This is most likely due to the fact that Apple's engineers underestimated the time it would take to not just scale up automobile production but also build self-driving software. Please let me know your thoughts on the Apple automobile. Do you believe Apple has a chance to make an impact in the electronic vehicle market? Or do you believe that the Apple automobile will be a flop? And that brings us to the end of today's video. If you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe to show your love and support for this video. Also, switch on the notification bell next to it to be the first to know when we upload a new one. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we hope you enjoyed it. We'd love to see you on the next one.